If you have dark brown hooded eyes and struggling with finding some colorful looks that are wearable at the same time, then this video is for you. And then at the end of the video, we will decide which one between purple and green are our favorites for the dark brown eyes. So we have our base ready at the moment, and we are just gonna focus on the eyes. At this point, I'm gonna try purple on this eye and the green on the other one. Before doing our eyeshadow, I would like to have a nice eye base, so then our eyeshadow will show itself much better and it will not crease later in the day. So what I'm gonna use is today is a concealer. We don't need a huge amount of it, just a little bit should be enough. Spreading it on our lid to have a perfect base, so then all the colors and the powder eyeshadows will blend much better on it. Then we would need to dry this eye base so it won't move from its place. I will use a light color of eyeshadow to just dry this out. You can also use a setting powder to do that. We would want to have a color as our transition shade to get a little bit of dimension to our eye shape, especially when we have hooded eyes. Today I'm gonna use this color from Morphe Palette, which is super useful, not so dramatic, just as a transition. So I'm gonna put this and blend this in the crease of my lid, a bit upper than my natural crease. I'm getting the brush from the end of it to have a light hand and just softly blend this in the crease. For purple look, I have these color palettes in mind. See a difference hopefully between them. This is a warmer tone of purple, this one is a light purple and cool toned. These others also are more of a cool toned purple, and this is a more of a topper shade with a purple base. I'm gonna start with a light purple shade from Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I will just list all the products and eyeshadow palettes and singles that I'm using in this video in the description, so you can check from there. But I'm gonna start with the light purple shade from Anastasia on this eye and focus it mainly in the middle of my lid, not so much in the middle, but not so much into the inner corner, in the middle and up to the crease, kinda, to be able to pack an eyeshadow to our eyes, especially for the colorful eyeshadows. I find using these kind of brushes, which are not so fluffy but not so flat at the same time, quite helpful. And you can of course build up as much as color that you want. This would be our base at the moment. And then what I'm gonna do is like, I'm gonna use this shade. I'm gonna use this shade, this purple from Pat McGrath Gilded Nirvana palette, and see where we get from there. I'm gonna use a smaller brush at this point to have more of a control, because this is a deeper shade and we don't want to mess up things. So I'm gonna use this kind of brush, get a little bit, and then for this one I want to focus more closer to the lash line in the beginning and from the outer corner. Deepen things up a bit. I'm gonna just blend the corner, the outer corner, to like the deep purple into the lighter purple a bit, to not be a line there. I'm gonna darken it a bit. And we have this situation in place, and what I'm gonna do to have a soft blend and blend everything together, using a clean brush, using a clean fluffy brush is the key at this point, because you don't want to have lines there. I'm gonna also blend closer to the lash line, but you can see that the dimension is left there. I think I'm fine until now with this one, and what I'm gonna do is like because I want to use all the purple shades that I had at hand, this Sephora eyeshadow pencil for a long time. This is this one, a warmer shade of purple, and I'm gonna use that in the lower lash line. This is optional, but I would like to do eyeliner also. I'm gonna use a brush, angled brush, and see how this would work. So I'm gonna get color from this, and then let's see. It might be a full failure, but yes, actually it works. I'm gonna just follow the shadow that we had there in place. We can of course like blend it at the end a little bit more. I'm happy with it now. Then also I would like to apply this one, which was a topper shade from Nabla Cosmetics, throughout the inner corner and like blend it in a bit. Yes, I will do my mascara and get ready for the finished look. And this would be our final look for the purple eyeshadow. I love how romantic this side already looks like. Now let's get into the green side. I have these shades of green at hand in my different palettes and singles, all different shades of green. So using the same kind of flat, not so fluffy, not so flat brush to pack this green on the middle mainly of my lid. The difference is like I use the matte shade here, but I'm using a shiny shade on this eye. But I'm using lighter shades, and mainly I will try to use a combination of light, a combination of cool and more of a warm tones to keep the look more wearable throughout the day. But let's see. So, and then what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna use this shade from a W7 palette, this in combination with this one, but this is quite like a dark shade, so I don't want to get so dark. But let's see, I'm gonna use the same brush and closer to my lash line. Yes. This is a game changer when you start using smaller brushes for the smaller areas of our eyes, and bigger brushes if it's needed for the bigger areas, instead of just blending everything using the same size of brush. So that's gonna give us a lot more control over our work on our eyes. Then again, so I just packed this here. It's not perfect, but that's fine. Using a fluffy brush, now I'm passing over it and fading a little bit. I didn't want to darken it more because I want to keep these quite soft and wearable throughout the day. I'm actually happy with it at the moment. Then we are gonna do the same thing in the lower lash line. Which color I'm gonna use for that purpose? I think, so these are the colors again to remember. Maybe this one actually can be a good candidate. This is from Pat McGrath. This one from Pat McGrath. Using a small brush, now I'm gonna apply it to my lower lash line. Yes, that's good. Then I'm gonna do a quick eyeliner using an eyeshadow also. This time by itself using the angled brush. I have shown you many times this way. If we want to have it a bit like more defined and darker, we can use a setting spray to have a wet brush. But if you want to have like a softer eyeliner, which I want today, just without a setting spray should be fine. Just tip of the brush and then start drawing a line. I will use this green golden shiny shadow for the inner corner. And will apply my mascara and get back for the final look. Alright, I completed the rest of my makeup and here are the final looks. This is the purple side and this is the green side. I suppose my favorite side today is the green one, but now it's your turn to tell me which side is your favorite. Are you a purple group or a green group? If you enjoyed this video and you like to see more of these kind of videos in my channel, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you are looking for colorful and wearable makeups. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video.